Call the meeting to order and Councilman Weaver, lead the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All row.
Councilor Brown.
Here.
Councilor Weaver.
Here.
Councilor Broughton.
Here.
Councilor Watson.
Here.
Councilor Barton.
Here.
Mayor Lovelace.
Here.
We have a quorum to do business.
Approval of the September 25th, 2017 minutes.
23rd and 31st.
That's right, and the 31st.
You gonna do both of them one time, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have a motion to approve the minutes from October 23rd and October 31st meeting.
Second. Motion by Councilor Watson, second by Councilor Barton to approve the minutes of October 23rd and October 31st. Are there any changes proposed to the minutes? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Broughton?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton? Yes. Motion carries and the minutes are approved.
I think I got the wrong check. I'd like to welcome our visitors here today. I appreciate you coming. I see one lady, it looks like Miss Hamilton back there hiding behind the camera, but I'm glad she could make it on time for once. Approval of the agenda. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Ayes have it. Next item is approval of the accounts payable, September 2017. I guess it would be October.
May I offer a
That was the
motion?
wrong thing.
May I offer that motion to approve the accounts payable for the month of October?
Second. Motion by Councilor Watson, second by Councilor Barton to approve the accounts payable for October. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Councilor Brown?
Yes.
Councilor Weaver?
Yes.
Councilor Broughton?
Yes.
Councilor Watson?
Yes.
Councilor Barton? Yes. Motion carries and the accounts payable are approved.
The next item is a proclamation for National Home Health Month, and I'll read it first, and if there's anyone here to receive it, I'll present it. Proclamation in the Office of the Mayor, City of Brewton. Whereas home health care services provide high quality and compassionate health care services to those in need, especially at times of community or personal health care crisis. And whereas home health care is the most preferred method of health care delivery among disabled, elderly, and chronically ill individuals eager to live independently in their own homes as long as they possibly can. And whereas home health care in the United States is a growing alternative to hospitalization or other institution-based forms of health care for acute and chronic illnesses, providing care to millions of Americans each year. And whereas thousands of everyday heroes such as home health care nurses, therapists, and aides work tirelessly to provide professional health and palliative care and support to millions of Americans in need of quality health care services. And whereas these dedicated home health care professionals and volunteers form a support network that continues to play a vital role in health care delivery for our nation's disabled, infirm, and aging population. And whereas D.W. Macmillan Home Health, the National Association for Home Care and Hospice, and thousands of home health care agencies across the United States have declared the month of November 2017 as National Home Care Month and are calling on all Americans to observe these occasions with the appropriate ceremonies and activities. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Yancey E. Lovelace, City of Brewton Mayor, do hereby proclaim November 2017 as National Home Care Month in the city of Brewton in the state of Alabama, and encourage the support and participation of all citizens in learning more about the home health care and hospice concepts of care for the elderly, disabled, and infirm. In witness whereof, I have hereto set my hand and caused this seal to be affixed. Is anyone here tonight to accept it? Come on forward.
That's good.
The next proclamation is for National Hospice and Palliative Care Month. And I will read that and then present it. Proclamation. Whereas 2017 marks the 50th anniversary of St. Christopher's Hospice in London, widely recognized as the first modern-day hospice organization, and the 35th anniversary of the Medicare hospice benefit in the United States. Whereas hospice and palliative care offer those that serve the high quality of care delivered by an interdisciplinary team of skilled professionals and trained volunteers that includes physicians, nurses, social workers, therapists, counselors, health aides, spiritual care providers, and more. Whereas the hospice and palliative care philosophy places the needs of the individual at the center of care, allowing patients and family caregivers to focus on quality of life, surrounded and supported by family and loved ones, despite serious and life-limiting illness. Whereas every year, more than 1.5 million Americans living with life-limiting illness and their families receive care from the nation's hospice programs in communities throughout the United States. Yet more than 40% of Medicare beneficiaries receive care for 14 days or less, considered too short a time to fully benefit from the range of services that hospice offers. Whereas each year hospice saves Medicare more than $2 billion by providing solutions for physicians, care to patients, and comfort to families. Whereas a growing body of peer-reviewed research indicates that timely access to hospice and palliative care can decrease hospitalization and emergency room visits and increase quality of life for patients and family caregivers. Whereas hospice and palliative care organizations are advocates and educators about advanced care planning that help individuals make decisions about the health care they would want to receive should they have a serious or life-limiting illness, or if they were unable to speak for themselves. Whereas hospice and palliative care providers encourage all people to learn more about options of care, to share their wishes with family, loved ones, and their health care professionals. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Mayor Yank Lovelace, by virtue of the authority vested in me, do hereby proclaim November 27th as National Hospice and Palliative Care Month, and encourage citizens to increase their understanding and awareness of care at the end of life, and to observe this month with appropriate activities and programs. Proclaim this 13th day of November 2017, Yancey Lovelace Mayor, Kerry Brown, Councilor District 1, Feast Broughton, Councilor District 3, Fred Barton, Councilor District 5, Lawrence Weaver, Councilor District 2, Joe Watson, Councilor District 4. And if y'all come forward, I'll be happy to present. Representative.
Mayor, before you get started, I'd like to personally thank Hospice for doing, my brother, I lost him a few weeks ago, and Hospice stepped in, and I really appreciate what y'all guys did. Thank you. Thank you.
The next item is approval of a renewal of a $1.7 million general obligation warrant line of credit to Trustmark Bank, ordinance number 17-113.
We're gonna do this in three parts.
Just single.
The ordinance, may I have a motion to approve ordinance number 17-1113?
Second.
Motion by Counselor Watson, second by Counselor Broughton to approve ordinance number 17-1113. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Watson?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the credit line ordinance is approved.
The next item is approval of the contract with Pyro Shows of Alabama, Inc. It's a New Year's Eve fireworks service agreement, resolution number 17-1113. And that's a $7,500 contract for the New Year's Eve fireworks.
Be the same.
I'm a motion to approve resolution number 17-1113.
Second. Motion by Counselor Brown, second by Counselor Weaver to approve resolution number 17-1113. Is there any discussion?
Got one question.
Yes, sir.
About how long would this last, the show last? 15, 20, 30 minutes?
I think something like that, 15, 20 minutes. Yeah. Yes, sir. I don't know exactly, but.
So another 3,000, we get about 30 minutes, right?
There you go.
That's my
That's for the
point.
blueberry.
Blueberry, yeah.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Watson?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and resolution number 17-1113 for the New Year's Eve fireworks show is approved.
The next item is a resolution to approve the reappointment of Hartman, Blackmore, and Kilgore as our audit firm for our audit services agreement. Resolution number 17-1113-1.
I make a motion to approve that resolution.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Barton, second by Counselor Broughton to approve resolution 17-1113-1. Is there any discussion?
This is an annual audit, right?
Sir?
Annual? It's the annual audit?
Annual audit, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Counselor Brown?
Yes.
Counselor Weaver?
Yes.
Counselor Broughton?
Yes.
Counselor Watson?
Yes.
Counselor Barton?
Yes.
Motion carries, and the Hartman, Blackman, Kilgore Audit Services Agreement is approved.
Are there any announcements or comments?
Make most will adjourn.